Hello, everyone. Ella here from Author Like a Boss, and I am just going to share this really quick into the Author Like a Boss group. Okay, just a minute. If you're watching this anywhere but the Author Like a Boss page or group, I invite you to go ahead and join the Author Like a Boss group, or come like the Author Like a Boss page, or both group. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Oh, here we go. What not to do when engaging your ideal readers on social media. That's what we are talking today. Social media. Thank you guys for your patience and me having to spell media. Okay. Okay, so again, this is Ella here, Author Like a Boss. If you're watching this anywhere besides the Author Like a Boss group, make sure you join the Author Like a Boss Facebook group, or say hi to Charlie, as he's here to say hi to you guys. Aw, he just nuzzled you. Okay. Can everybody hear me? I just want to do a little mic check, see if y'all can hear me. I spent a minute or two sharing things and just want to make sure that we are communicating. I didn't turn the light on. It's a little bit shaded in here. I forgot to turn the light on. I see you, Lori. Hi, I'm sending you love and hugs. Okay. So today we are going to talk about what not to do when engaging your ideal readers on social media. So no matter what you write, if you're going to Author Like a Boss, you need to be engaging with your audience in social media. And that can be said two ways. You need to be engaging with them, like you need to be, or you need to be engaging with your, like you have to be engaging. Okay, so building relationships with your ideal readers on social media is the easiest and cheapest way to utilize the most effective marketing strategy, which is word of mouth. That's why this month I have been talking all about engaging your ideal readers on social media. And we're in the final week. So who has thought about engaging with your possible fans on social media, but stopped because maybe you're an introvert, or you were nervous, or you didn't know how? If that has happened to anybody, please give me an emoji or a like, or on a 1 to 10 if that has been you. If you relate to that at all, please let me know. Okay, let me see. Cool. Okay. So today, you guys, believe me, you are not alone. Okay. Everybody has had that experience of being like, what do I say? And we're going to talk a little bit about what not to say. And the other side of what not to say is what to say. So there'll be a little bit of that in there as well. The 3 things I'm talking about on this video is what not to post. And we're going to do a Q&A because people have put quite a few questions on the pinned post. And so I'm going to answer some of those questions and concerns. And then I'm just going to remind you, or if you're new, give you a summary about what we covered this month already so that you guys can catch up or go and refresh on some of that stuff for that we've covered this month on how to engage with your ideal readers on social media. So if that sounds good to you guys, give me a heck yes or an emoji or anything if you're ready to dive in on what not to do with engaging your ideal readers on social media. I see you. Okay. Thank you, Lori. Lori, you are one of my favorite people. Okay. So, what not to post, okay? First topic, what not to post. The first thing not to do is make it all about yourself and your book. Okay. So have you ever hung out with somebody who only talked about themselves? You're like, you're at a party and you're like, oh yeah. And they're telling you about some awesome experience they had in Italy. And you're like, oh yeah, I went to, and they're like, oh no, blah, blah, blah. And they just keep talking about themselves. And you're like, oh, okay. That person was not curious about me at all. All they wanted to talk about was themselves. And it's boring. And you're not going to want to give them your time willingly again. You're like, you know what? I don't really have to hang out with that person. I want to hang out with someone who wants some back and forth. So when you only talk about yourself and your book, that's the energy that you are utilizing when you're engaging on social media. So you don't want to do that, okay? You don't just want to only talk about yourself in your book. And I really like comparing this to people to real life situations, because it makes it easier to see like how can you be engaging. So be engaging. That's the other side of don't just talk about yourself. Be curious and be engaging. You may have sensed a theme here this month on the be curious about your ideal readers, but it's really hard sometimes to utilize until you get it, and then it becomes really easy. Okay. The second thing not to do is just go into groups or use hashtags or onto pages just to promote your book. And this is kind of similar to the other ones, but to the one just before. But see, people are not just their wallets, okay? People don't like to just feel like all they are to you is a wallet, okay? So people are people. So don't be that person. Don't be like that person in your life. Don't be the person in their life who only ever calls you when they need money. Because that's kind of that same kind of energy, and it's not engaging, and people don't like it. So what not to do is don't just use the groups and hashtags to promote your book. Go ahead and be curious and engaging and helpful with those people instead. The other thing, so, and what that shows up as for people is when people just go into a group and the only thing they do in there, or the only thing they do with their hashtag, is just post the link to their group and be like, it's on sale. That's what they do. And you're like, I don't care, because they're thinking of you as a wallet and not as a person. And you don't want to be that person. Most of you will not do that, because I looked at some of your questions and you guys are a little bit more conscious than that. I really appreciate that. Then the next do not try to sneakily promote your book. Okay. Don't try to be like, oh, I'm not just going out in there and saying it, but I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna sneakily. Don't try to sneakily do it, okay? Or subtly, or I'll just have this, just kind of sneakily do it. That is not the way to go. Like, people can feel that. And it feels sleazy to you. If it feels sleazy to you, if it feels sneaky or icky, then it's going to feel yucky to them too. Okay. People are pretty aware. And so if it feels yucky and icky to you, then it's going to feel yucky and icky to them. What I am going to give you permission to do is be upfront and straightforward. Okay. Upfront and straightforward, you guys, it's scarier. It makes you more vulnerable. So if you're like, hi, I'm an author, I have a book coming out next month. After you've engaged with them, so you've engaged a little bit, and then you don't try to sneakily be like, oh yeah, we're on a book. You just say, oh yeah, I'm an author, I have a book coming out. Readers love authors. It's like, it's not like you're not like foisting something onto them. If you're engaging with them in a way that you actually enjoy them, you're actually like, you give them an opportunity to be like, oh, you're an author? And then you're like, yeah, do you want a free copy of my book in exchange for a review? And they're like, yeah, like it's so much fun. Readers love authors. Imagine some of your favorite authors came to you after you engaged them a little bit and they were like, do you want a free copy of my book in exchange for a review on Amazon? You'd be like, heck yes, sign me up. You have the potential to be that person for someone else. But even so, like, you don't have to be their favorite author. You can just be an awesome author. Yes, Lori says you're suddenly cool. It is. You are suddenly cool, and you just be upfront and straightforward, and people really love that, because when you are vulnerable, when you open your heart and are vulnerable to other people, that's what it calls from them. Okay, so does that make sense with you guys? Those 3 what not to do's. Make it all about yourself in your book. Don't just use groups and hashtags to just sell. You don't be that person. Don't think of other people as only their wallets. And then the 3rd one is don't try to be sneaky about promoting your book. Go ahead and be upfront. Do those make sense to you guys? Does that, like, oh, giving you permission? Yep. Oh, yay, Cassandra. Okay, awesome. So you guys, in the Academy, this is something that we absolutely, if you're still like a little bit confused and you're like, but I don't maybe know exactly how to do that well, this is something we talk about in the Author Boss Academy, and we are happy to help you there. If you want to find out more, we are doing a free training on Friday about how to author like a boss. Okay, the next thing we're covering in here is the Q&A. So I went through and I grabbed some of the questions that people had about social media, because this is the last one of the month. We're at the end of the month now, so this is the last one. So I was like, oh, let me just see what people's questions were and see. These are some of the big ones. So somebody said, my biggest worry is the time, or another person said, sinking too much time into the wrong places. I totally get that, right? That's a big worry, because you're like, I'm a writer, I only have so much time on social media. The thing to do is to find out, well, one, it doesn't take that much time. Like, we think it takes so much time, but if you've spent 15 minutes or 30 minutes on social media just browsing, if you take half of that 30 minutes and spend it on focused exercises and activities that you know are with your ideal readers, 15 minutes a day is plenty of time to start engaging with them. And actually, once you get over it's scary hump, it's really, really fun. So you're like, oh, I want to hang out with these people. These are my people, my tribe. So, and then, yeah, I know, scary. Okay. So, and then the thing, but in the Academy and in a previous free training here from earlier this month, sinking too much time into the wrong places, we actually talked to you about where to find your ideal readers. So that's thumbs up there. Just go to where they're hanging out and watch one of the previous trainings to get that information, or come check out the Academy. But yeah, that's one worry, and I want to relieve that worry by saying there's some more info out there about where to find them, and you can do it in 15 minutes a day. Really easy. Another person said, and a few people have said that they're worried about they're worried about their material being stolen. Okay, they're like, this is my idea. I don't want to share it with anybody on social media. And I have to, and this is, and yes, okay, yes, there is some possibility that somebody might take your ideas, but honestly, one, if you're engaging with readers instead of writers, that's a much less chance of it being stolen, because readers just want to read, and there's only a tiny percentage of readers who are also writers. Okay, so hang out with readers and you're a lot safer. And the other thing is, it's just not, it's a fear-based, that's a fear-based thought of people are going to steal my stuff, and there's not as much truth to it or reality-based. It just most people, 99.9% people are not even interested in stealing your stuff, because guess what? They'd have to do all the work to market it, just like you would have to do. And look at, it's your stuff and your, like the chances of it happening are so insignificant in terms of ideas and stuff like that you are totally safe. If you don't feel comfy, that's fine. I'm not like a legal person or anything, but I'm just saying, don't let the fear of someone taking your stuff stop you from marketing, because then it's never going to be out there. The other question is, I worry about being too pushy. I see authors all the time that are pushing their books so hard that it's a turnoff. We talked a little bit about this in the what not to do. I don't want anyone to think that about me. Another person said, social media can often feel like a bunch of people shouting at each other and no one really listening. So I guess I worry about getting lost in the noise and not really connecting with readers. Dude. So true, which is why all the trainings this month have had that bit about be curious and ask questions, because that's the best way to engage with people on social media. And that's the key to marketing on social media is treating other people like people and not like wallets, and not like, and not like somebody you just want to sell to, like making sure that you treat them like you would regular people. And it's possible. And the easiest way to do it is to just ask questions in a natural way and actually be in a space of curiosity about who your readers are and what they like. Is so much fun than to hang out with them and engage with them. And they will love talking about themselves, because like you said, people are not really listening. So if you provide the person, if you be that person who's listening, people will feel so excited to spend more time with you. Another person said, I'm pretty socially awkward and don't always know the right thing to say. Or someone just said, I'm not social. What I find so intriguing about this is that I got these from comments on a social media post where they had already answered the first two questions, which is, what is your book about in 30 words or less? And what is your challenge with writing? The writing challenge, whatever it was this month. So I'm like, I know you can do social media because you're doing it right now. But this is an easy way to socially, to get over that awkwardness or introvertedness or not knowing the right thing to say. Ask questions. Ask questions like we did of you. And did you see that engagement? And then once you start asking questions, it's easier to engage after that. But even if you can ask questions a couple different times and keep adding layers of questions until you find some way to easily relate with them. It works, but it's especially a good tip for the people who are introverted or socially awkward, is to just ask some good questions. So did I answer some of your guys' questions about, well, these were questions that people had left, but do these things make sense to you? If you have any other questions that you want to ask right now, you can put them in and I will get to them towards the end if you have any questions about social media. You'll want to, if you have the questions, you'll want to come over onto the page. So go to the original video, because that's where I can see everybody's comments. The third thing we're going to talk about is I'm just going to give you a summary of what we went over this month. So if you haven't watched all of the trainings, or if you are new and you're like, what's been going on this month? This month we talked about how to engage your ideal readers on social media. And so the first week I talked about kind of an overview of how to effectively engage on social media and how to effectively use it, which kind of gives you a little bit of the technical tips plus the mindset behind it. The second week, we talked about where to find your ideal readers. So anybody who has that question about where to find my ideal readers, go watch the video of week 2, which is called Where to Find Your Ideal Readers, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Then last week, we covered what to post to engage your ideal readers. So and all of these go together. The where and the what go together, because if you're in the wrong space asking the questions, you're not going to get the engagement you want. If you're in the right space asking the wrong questions, again, you're not going to get the engagement that you want. Okay, so that's what we covered this month. I just wanted to give a refresh and reminder for those people who maybe didn't see those, but we had the whole month on how to engage on social media. And I've got a question from Cassandra. So let me see. What do you do? We're taking all these steps and lots of people are seeing the post, but they aren't interacting. And that's my question for you, Cassandra. Where are you posting? And then I would be curious, Cassandra, if you can share like a specific question that you may have put, and we can look at it a little specifically and go from there. But you want it to be in the right space. A lot of writers, and I saw this and I didn't call it out, but a lot of people are like, I have an easy time engaging with writers on social media. And I'm like, but I want to engage with other readers on social media. So I'm not saying that to Cassandra specifically, but it brought that thought up of find where your readers are, not just writers. Okay, Melissa says, when do you start? I am not done with my book yet, and I have started a Facebook and a website, but I'm not sure what to put on them though. Ooh, Melissa. Okay, you start now. You always start now. And in fact, this Friday, Megan and I are doing a how to author like a boss training, and we talk about that in the training. So you might want to come sign up. And if you want to sign up for that, it's at authorlikeaboss.com/how-to if you want to sign up for that training, because we talk about that specifically. And what you want to put on go watch these trainings about, because we did last week, I did what to post to engage your ideal readers. Cassandra, I know I'm coming back to yours because I'm like, I didn't answer it very well. I know that you're out there, and I just want to see the specifics so that I can give you specific feedback on yours, because I know you're like, I'm out there, I want to do it. Oh, thank God, because I can't find anything. Oh, yes, Melissa, it's going to be so great. Okay, you guys. So if you're worried about logistics of engaging with people, or you're having a hard time just doing it and you're like, I need some accountability, or you want more help, this is absolutely something we walk you through step by step in the Author Boss Academy. You can find out more about the Academy and about how to author like a boss this Friday. The site to sign up for that training, if you want to sign up for that free training, find out how to author like a boss, and learn a little bit about the Author Boss Academy, you can sign up here. I just put the link in the chats. What we do in the Academy is we have video tutorials, step-by-step worksheets, weekly live calls, and a private Facebook group. So if you're interested in finding out more, go ahead and sign up for the webinar. And for you guys, after the what not to do when engaging your ideal readers on social media, it's time to take action. So if you haven't watched the other videos already, check out the other trainings this month on engaging with your ideal readers on social media. And then if you're still a little bit nervous or worried, or you want some more feedback, come find out more about the how to author like a boss in the training this Friday. That's my call to action for you. Take action, come find out more, or watch some of the other videos and get a refresh. You are also actually welcome to, Cassandra, especially since you're already in the Academy, give me some examples of posts that you've already done. Okay, so post some of the link into the Academy, some of the ones that you've already done, and let me check them out. Okay, let me check them out and be like, oh, okay, and tell me where you've posted them, and share the post, and then we'll look at them and see how to make some tweaks so you get some more engagement. Okay, next month, March, which is just a little bit away, next month I am talking about your author website. And I know a lot of people are like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. It's your author website for newbies and everyone else. It's for everybody, and it's not as hard as you think, you guys. And so please, even though you might be nervous about it, there's no there's no commitment to a website by just coming and watching my live videos about it. And I think you will find that it's much, much easier than you think, and it is kind of important. So, and I'll tell you why it's important next month. So come next week on Tuesday I'll start talking about your author website. If you want reminders for these trainings, these free trainings, I do mine on Tuesday. Megan does hers on Thursday. And if you're like, you want to come and see them live, we have a way to notify you via Facebook Messenger. So all it does is it sends you a message when we're going live. It just says Megan's about to go live, and it has the link to the group so that you can get the message. That's it. That's all we're doing with it right now. And because I don't have that much attention or time to be doing more. But yeah, if you want to know, if you just want to get a message that says, hey, I'm about to go live, go ahead and click on that authorlikeaboss.com/notify. And there's a button there. And if you press that button, it will just let you know when we're about to go live. And that's it. So we find that really handy. We were sending emails out and people weren't getting them until later. So this just sends it like 1 minute before we're about to go live. It's like, here's a reminder. And so if you want to know about that, go ahead, authorlikeaboss.com/notify. Yeah. And if you want to find out more about the AuthorBoss Academy or learn how to author like a boss and go attend that free training, that is at authorlikeaboss.com/how-to for how to author like a boss. Okay, so this is Ella here from Author Like a Boss, wishing you hugs and happy writing.